me, what I like about the show is for me, the 50-minute show is about inspiring people to think that they can do anything. So I think most people think, oh, I couldn't do theater, I couldn't be funny, I couldn't get on stage and do that. And then when you get someone up and they're good, then they believe in themselves a little bit. And that for me is the theme of what I try to do with the 15-minute show the last, let's say, 12 years. It's been more about trying to get the audience to be inspired to take chances in life. And then occasionally some students will sneak in, but most of the time I'm just trying to do it with people that have never been on stage.
Your approach with improv, when you go on stage with people that they really know how to improv, let's say I saw you with Improv a lot of time, yesterday with Antonio, with a very good improviser, or when you go on stage with someone that never played improv before, is you have the same approach or your way of doing it is changing?
Well, that is changed. So if I'm doing like an open stage and I'm doing a scene with someone who I know or I think is an improv student, I won't make it hard for them, but I also don't make it easy for them, because I can do it all. You can sit in a chair and I can dance around you, making everything work. But if I'm with an audience member that's never been on stage, then I'm a bit more trying to not necessarily give them a workshop, but guide them to have input. Because it's easy enough for me to be funny, I need them to bring up the next thought and move the story forward. If I'm working with him and the show doesn't go well, it's half my fault. It's at least. And because I'm inviting him here, I'll take more than that. But if the scene isn't good, it's at least 50% my fault, if I'm working with a professional. If I'm working with a drunken asshole from the audience, I can still make the scene look good, but the audience knows that I couldn't do as much, so I don't have to be angry about it. But there's a lot of times as an improviser, we blame the person we're with. We say they weren't listening, they were blocking, they were hitting, they were doing all of these stupid things that improvisers make up the rules for, which to me don't really exist. And so then you just stop blaming anyone else. Every bad scene is your fault, 100%, no matter who you're with. And I logically know that the reality is 50-50, but why would I say it's his fault?
Yeah. The big thing I've learned in all this experience is we are not the judges of the other people. Who am I to say that this guy is not a good improviser or is an asshole or whatever? He takes something, then it's about me to create my reality out of this. Yeah.
So you think there is no such a thing a good improviser and bad improvisers?
No, I think there are good improvisers and bad improvisers. I think.
All right.
I know this.
No.
That's me.
Yeah, there's definitely good improvisers and bad improvisers, but what happens is, and I think this is true with other, let's say, art forms, but you take a bunch of classes and then you think, oh, I want to do this more, and then you try to find a group, and then that group works for a while, and that group breaks up, and then you get another group, and at some point you think, well, I'm the fucking best. And I don't think there's anything wrong with thinking you're the best. You should believe in yourself. But I've met so many people who, in workshops, have said to me, like, oh, I don't really like your philosophy because I believe in the UCB, or I believe in the whoever's Johnstone or whoever's philosophy. That's the way I want to do this. And I said, well, what do you really want to be? Do you want to be the best improviser in your group? Do you want to be the best improviser in your town? Or do you want to be the best improviser in the world? And if you want to be the best improviser in the world, you can't walk off stage and say, that guy was terrible because he doesn't believe in my philosophy. That's absolute cop-out. It's an excuse. And if you want to travel and be a working improviser, then you're going to be put into situations constantly that is outside of your comfort zone. I mean, I don't want to sing, I don't want to dance, but I have to fucking do it all the time. And I'm going to show up at a festival and suddenly I'm doing a Tarantino genre, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck about Tarantino, and I don't see how this is a genre. But I gotta do it, and I gotta do the best show that I can do because I want to get hired again. A lot of exercises where I'm asking you to do these, these improv warm-up exercises that get you physically, mentally, and in your brain juggling multiple things. Because to me, that's the important skill. Because you have to be entertaining yourself. You have to direct them. You have to make sure that when I say direct them, that means where they stand, what the visual image is for the audience. So you're the director of the scene. You are the director of this other person. And you have to have them thinking about their vocal levels. You have to have them thinking about everything that you think about, you're now thinking about it for two people. And then on top of that, you're not thinking just about, okay, what can I do and react to them? You're thinking, I gotta react to them, but also I've gotta get them to react. I have to get them to give input. Because that's the struggle. Because it's easy for me to go, do you want to go to the zoo? Yeah, okay, great. Hey, now we're at the zoo. Do you want to look at the penguins? Yeah, okay, hey, let's do this. Well, then what's the point of having anyone there? So I have to, break a lot of improv rules. So you have to now know how to break the rules, why we have those rules and why we want to break those rules. So we often say in improv, don't ask questions. Questions are stealing from your partner. But I have to ask them questions. I have to. Because if I don't, they'll just stand there and not say anything. So what's your favorite animal at the zoo? I don't know. Oh, come on, you must have one animal at the zoo you really like. No, I don't know. Well, what do you like, the tigers? No. Penguins? Yeah. Okay, great, penguins. Okay, let's go to the penguins. All right, okay, now what do you like? Here, let's look at the penguins. Do you want to touch penguins? No. You want to feed penguins? Maybe. Okay. I do pretty much what you talked about, play the sabotage. I play Bob, and I play all of the worst people that I ever did scenes with. And then you have to work with me, Bob.
You play.
And I play Bob, the audience member.
Okay.
But I don't think it's too different. I was interested when you were talking about the saboteur. The difference being, like you said, like it's not an improviser who's, how do I fuck with you? It's just a person who's trying to do their best.
Yeah.
But they're fucking with you and they don't know it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was amazed at the beginning in the work of saboteurs. For me, was I must find a way to control the scene. Then I understood that it wasn't about controlling the scene, but maybe guiding the other person. Then I understood there is not about guiding the other person. And now I am in the phase of it give me something, then I just jump into their world.
Yeah.
For me now that is working.
It's a stronger choice to follow where they're going than to force them onto another road that they'll never see that road.